we've raised cattle for over 20 years now, but it wasn't until just a few years ago that we actually started raising it for ourselves for meat for our family. So here's how we do it and why it's such a big part of our self-sufficient journey.
So cattle has always been a part of our farm, but learning to raise them for ourselves has given us control on the food that we put on our table.
So from pasture to plate, we're going to show you how beef benefits our self-sufficient lifestyle. So I'm a fifth generation farmer. I've had my own cattle for over 20 years, been involved in raising cattle my whole life. And we used to just sell them commercially. We'd raise them up, we'd send the calves to the market, we'd keep the mama cows, or we'd keep replacement heifers when needed. That's how we did it for years and years and years. Then when COVID hit, we started looking at our cattle different. It really caused us a mind reset on how we looked at beef because one, the markets were closed down. Two, the processing plants were closed down. We had all this beef, but we had no way of using it. So that caused us to look at it and to do a reset on how we looked at beef. And after that, we started holding back our own meat. And we're very, very glad that we did.
We realized that we could finish our cattle here at home and feed our family with good quality beef that we knew and trusted.
Our cattle are pasture raised with a forage based diet, and we also supplement them with grain. So we give them free range of pasture. They get as much grass as they can eat. Then of the evenings we call them up and give them grain just to supplement that. The main reason we do it like that is it keeps them tame and we're able to check on them every evening. During the winter, we feed them hay. They get free range of hay. A bale of hay usually lasts the number of cows we have 3 to 4 days. Our calves, they get a good start. Obviously, they start out on their mama's milk. Then once they get big enough, we start supplementing them with grain. We have a spot in our barn fixed up where only the calves can get into, and we feed our calves a 16% protein grain. The cattle, we feed them a 13% forage companion grain. And the 16% grain really gives our calves a boost, an extra start, more protein. It causes them to grow and just do better. So our calves, they will stay on their moms from till they're 6 to 8 months of age. It's the 6 to 8 month mark, we will wean them. And once we wean them, we continue to feed them grain, but we increase the daily amount of grain that they get. So once their grain is increased, it really depends on their body weight and how much they will eat. We don't necessarily give them as much grain as they'll eat, but we do like to give them a set amount, and that depends on the size that they are. And once they get closer to processing, we will continue to increase that until their processing date, until they get up to the weight that we want. By finishing our calves on pasture and grain, it gives the meat a tender, more juicy, marbled flavor. It's better, and the calves grow quicker than if we just strictly had them on pasture with no grain.
So the flavor is better. We know the animal's cared for. We know what's going into our food, and there's no guessing and no mystery into what's on our dinner plate. And it's more than food. It's family time and meals that mean something.
So we work with a local processor. We take our steers to her. She will process them, and she will give us back the cuts of meat that we want. For us, we can get a variety of stuff, but for us, we're more interested in the steaks and the roast. And then also, of course, you get ground beef. So she makes the cuts, she wraps them, and then we go pick up the cuts from the processor and fill our freezer with that. One steer for us will feed us for approximately 1 year. Now the steer, they will obviously vary in weight, but we shoot for around the 1,000 to 1,200 pound mark for the steer, and that gives us enough meat to last us for a whole year. Now, it is a big investment, but compared to buying meat at the store, it's way better. You get a better quality, you know what's in it, And we can custom process the cuts that we want, or have her custom process the cuts that we want. It saves us money and it gives us food security.
So, if you're thinking about starting raising beef for your family, just start small. Even one steer can make a huge difference in your freezer. And don't be afraid to learn as you go. We've been around cattle for years, but raising them for ourselves taught us many new lessons.
And folks, I got to be honest with you. The biggest lesson that it taught us by raising our own meat, it really doesn't matter the breed of the cattle. The meat's still good. So whether you've got Hereford, which we have, or whether you have Angus, which we also have, it doesn't matter. We've not found a difference in the meat. But what we do see a difference in is how the meat is raised. If you take care of your cattle, if you treat them like they need to, like they should be treated, and you feed them like they should be fed, you're going to have good quality meat, whether you've got Hereford, Angus, or a cross between the two, or anything else. The one thing that I have noticed though is with the dairy breeds, if it's full dairy breed, you want the meat has less fat on it, which can sometimes affect the flavor. So for us, we like the beef breeds. You can also do a dairy breed or a cross breed, but for us, we like the more pure beef breeds. But it doesn't matter if it's Hereford, Angus, or a cross between the two. And in all honesty, it seems like the cross between the Hereford and the Angus grows quicker, grows quicker and bigger than what one or the other would do. So our hope is by sharing our self-sufficient journey and our story, especially here with cattle, inspires you to do it yourself. If you don't have the land or the access or the funds to do beef cattle, start smaller. Go back and watch our pig series or pig video or our meat chicken video, or go to your local farmers market and pick up some good quality beef where you don't have to worry about buying it at the store. We hope this has inspired you to take the first steps into your self-sufficient journey like it has with us.
For us, beef is more than just food, it's part of our self sufficient journey. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to STA Farms. Follow us along to see how we're raising and growing our own food for more self sufficient living. Bye.